Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and a warm welcome to this week's Walking Wednesday, and the day of my graduation ball, which hasn't happened yet, so I can't report on it. So yeah, I'm out here filming before I go ahead and get ready for that, and see who actually has either remembered to get tickets or is going to pay the fee up front at the door, or whatever method they actually decide to do from the expired link and such. I know, considering that I thought for a while I was going to be one of the people who hadn't prepared properly. I actually went down and got some materials for a suit. Well, not materials for a suit, I got a suit. Like, I meant the different components in different shops. I'm not crazy enough to try and sew my own clothes, having zero prior experience. I am just about not crazy enough to do that. Anyways, that suit actually is going to probably serve a dual purpose in the end. I tried to go with something blue, so I could actually guess that's a little bit more comfortable and less improvised, to actually go along with my my looking like my Gacha OC, because actually in that Look Like Your Gacha OC challenge that I did over on the More Gacha from Jacob channel, which is still the second most popular thing I've ever posted, so that's a thing to process, which I have done because it's been a while. In that video, that the suit that I wear in that incarnation is somewhat accurate, but it was sort of filmed at a distance so that it would seem like and part of the challenge was to get stuff that you already had, not necessarily spend money. But now that that's actually over, now that I've done that challenge, based on the rules that I set out for myself, so it's not exactly like it's the biggest accomplishment in the world. Now that I've done that, I've actually gone off and gotten something a little bit better, a little bit more tailored, which is I've literally tailored fit, and is much more comfortable to wear. Slight issue with sitting down, which I should have accounted for, but then again, who knows? Maybe I'll just record face cam related gacha videos standing up or something. I don't know. I mean, plenty of YouTubers record stuff standing up. It's a fairly common occurrence. Actually, I might try that out in the end. Maybe go with like the CWVA multiple camera setup. Not entirely sure. That is to be decided later. Residents parking doesn't say about residents walking. I can walk despite not residing here. Anyways, so what else has been going on in the week? Well, we've had plenty of audition material and stuff that's been going on, and that's to do with the Muse and Girl movie. Obviously, we finally have a new Julius and a new Marwick, who I will be probably checking on sometime later, just to see how they're actually getting on. Considering that, yeah, I think I gave them like a couple of weeks or something to get their lines in. I've had a message from Nova now promising Thursday as the line delivery day. So we'll see. This residents walking thing was not actually that good an idea, because I mean, I've been a cul-de-sac again. Anyways, and yeah, in the meantime, there's been not much other progress in terms of the movie, unfortunately. I actually did export the scene where was the scene that there's one line that Nova mispronounces, but I can sort of find a way to make an excuse for Morwenna not knowing how to say that a little bit, but not really. But yeah, I don't know. It's I exported that, so I have 5 out of the 21 scenes in the movie done. So that's Not exactly ideal. Well, that's I mean, as far as I say done, I mean the audio is done. The visuals is another story, because right afterwards, as we started, I actually started working on that Puppy Love video, and actually that one came out. I would love to have one other Puppy Love video done in June. So I actually sent out that stuff to my editors to go ahead and chow down on. And Aiden, bless him, has already actually sent in his scene. As for the other ones, they haven't really been claimed. What I tend to do in terms of production is I tend to send all the scenes out with a description and a time duration to the editors, so that what? Who on earth is Marek? If he's trying to say Marwick, that would have made more sense, but then again, no one recognizes me, so whatever. Anyway, right, so I've completely lost my train of thought now. That was something. Yeah, so what I tend to do, I send out a description, a timestamp of all the scenes to the editors, so that they can actually then make more of an informed decision based on, if they want to do like a shorter scene, then they can go ahead and do that. If they want to do something that has more visuals or more dialogue. Aiden tends to choose longer and more dialogue, because that's what he specializes in. Someone like Quadzi, for example, might actually choose a combination of the two. William usually will go for more visual heavy, because his style of dialogue editing has been rocky at times. For example, so everyone plays to their strengths basically. It's not always like an ideal scenario, but then the scenes that no one claims are the ones that I tend to work on. And that's usually how I operate now. I get the feeling that I'm going to end up doing a certain scene that involves them speaking while they're actually playing a game of volleyball, because I set it in a sports camp, so they've got to play some sports. Whoopity-doo. So that's a thing now. Yeah. I imagine that's going to end up being me. Not a particularly long one, but certainly a detailed one. And also the other reason is so that I can actually get out of the way with, like, working on different OCs and stuff that we might need. I think we actually have most of the campers in Monitor Mikey's group, and that's the episode is all about them. So, well, not all about them, it features them. So that's where I'm at right now. I don't know. And it's safe to say that, I don't even know. Shorty's in the group chat, but I'm pretty sure that by this point, we have severed that particular creative connection. That's not to say we're not going to work together on anything. In fact, actually, there's plans to adapt something. I'm not going to say what it is, because I don't know if you'll want me announcing this. Something from its original gacha form into Minecraft, because now she has Minecraft. So I guess that's that. I have said in the past that the stuff that we actually make in gacha could, in theory, there's no reason it couldn't go into Minecraft. People kept on asking me back in the day, why didn't I just make the Mutant Girl a Minecraft series? And well, that was because I was deliberately trying to make a gacha series and integrate myself into the gacha community. The character of Moana came from a gacha music video based on her story, well, then also one before that. And yeah, practically, and obviously, like, the whole story then, because of its identity as a gacha series, became a critique of some of the stuff in the gacha community, which, granted, if I was trying to integrate myself into it, was probably not the smartest move to go ahead and do a criticism of it immediately, but unfortunately there was just some stuff that I could not let slide in my stories, especially not in that one. So yeah, it's the Amusing Ghost entity is tied to Gacha quite significantly, but the story itself could be adapted into Minecraft. In fact, there was actually a plan to make a Minecraft animation version of it sometime a couple of years ago. That never went anywhere, unfortunately, but that was just to do with other projects and commitments, rather than, you know, us thinking, oh, this doesn't work, it has to be Gacha. So I can understand that in principle. I'm just wondering, because there's certain in this particular thing that Shorty's trying to adapt, I'm not entirely sure. You would require like an AFMAL level of precision to really make this work. And I'm talking model poses, camera shots, somewhat facial expressions. So if she is going to do it, it's going to be very ambitious. That's not to say don't do it, I'm just saying beware, because it was anything like Puppy Love, which I actually made deliberately ambitious because I thought, okay, well, back in the day I was very impressed by the likes of Tales of Babel Season 2, which had just come out, and how much Shorty's editing actually had improved, and her visual production and everything. I was very, very impressed by it. But then afterwards, because I guess it was, I don't know if it was an intimidating project or not, or if it was just something that was just on the back burner for ages or anything, that's kind of where it failed. And now that I have actually evolved my visual skills up to the point where I can actually pull off the visuals that I actually represented, possibly better than she could, I'm not entirely sure, we'll never know. Now it's now it has come back and bearing its repercussions. It was interesting. I think Puppy Love was one of the times where I was really going into the visual side of a lot of storytelling, especially going forward, and like really being much more ambitious, and also somewhat based on past experiences, but obviously like warped to be someone else, warped to be about werewolves, and morphed to be gay, obviously. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where, you know, there's a little bit of authorial influence, and then suddenly it just branches out and just blossoms out of control and spirals away, and then you write an entire like 30-minute trimming down version of it, and you realize how much you have to actually remove in order to actually make that time for an assessment, and then you submit it to be assessed, and you wonder what's actually going to happen now. So yeah, that's the thing. Welcome to my life. And there we go. I would love to stay more and talk about more stuff, I guess, but I don't think anything else worthy of being mentioned has occurred in this week. Oh wait, no, something has. I'll talk about streams now. Of course, the fabled What Do You Know About Me Part 2 and Always, and not to mention me dropping a song for the first time in quite some time, and possibly might be one of my last ever songs that I upload on the main Jacob Butter channel, because afterwards I might actually do what I set to do in 2016 and actually branch out and do like a proper music channel later on, consisting primarily right now of remastering my old songs, like that one was there. Just made sense because again, the history of that one and 5 years later and everything. What I'm wondering right now is I'm more and more tempted each day to actually do the channel idea I said, the separate one. The problem is that I don't know when to start, because I have plenty of projects that I can say, okay, well, this one can go on here. Like, for example, a couple of days ago, I actually reviewed the first 2 episodes of VA Academy with the creator of VA Academy, Cat/Ducky, and also the YouTube Association Monation. And what happened was, well, it was brilliant, basically. There's no two words about it. That could be something to put on the main channel. and probably get the VA Academy a bit more exposure right away, or something to transfer over. There's also stuff like reviews of series that I have started on the main channel, like The Guardians, for example, or stuff I promised to review on the main channel, like Adam Crypto Remastered, and wondering whether or not I should put those on there. I could do the classic extended edition versus theatrical edition. Maybe put the extended ones on the main channel. Actually, you know what? Now I'm saying that out loud, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that method. Because that way, I get the watch hours that I need on this main channel, and then also by the time do like an actual like proper review-based channel somewhere else. I could use the More Gacha from Jacob one. However, because of all of the shorts on there, the reviews that I actually posted ended up tanking in comparison. So I'm going to wonder, I kind of wrote myself into a corner with that one, not expecting it to actually grow to the extent that it did at that particular time when I wasn't able to actually commit to it. I've got plans for that one as well, that More Gacha from Jacob channel. But again, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to completely give that away because it would involve doing even another project right now. And I've got enough of those going on. I mean, Josh was actually quite right saying that it's impressive to get 4 releases from Aiden and I as far as our gacha projects go in the span of 2 months. However, it's not entirely sustainable in the long run for us right now. I mean, I've been trying to play catch up for the last month or so, and I still have not got there. It still hasn't happened. So, I don't know. And not to mention as well, I've now got another Fallen Angel scene to edit, which will also be quite visual heavy. Because again, Aiden has laid off the ambitious stuff on me, even though nowadays, because of Puppy Love, in fact, that's the reason I no longer put any visuals in that I don't think somebody can pull off, like the creator specifically. Because a lot of the time, it's not the case necessarily of like having great equipment or whatever. It's knowing what tools the other person has and how much mastery they have of them. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that Aiden probably, honestly, somewhat could pull off a soldier battle far better than I could in some respects. But yeah, who knows? We'll have to wait and see, I guess. But yeah, that's a project that I had to find a window to actually just, keep going at, or at the very least give him the captions for it. Because yeah, that's gonna take a while. Because it depends. I mean, this soldier battle actually wasn't even my idea. It was actually Aiden's idea for a particular character. So who knows? It ends up coming back to me, I suppose. And yeah, we'll find out. And of course, not to mention, Monet is out of commission for a while because she's focusing in the quarantine right now on editing puppetry, which I can understand. Actually doing like one particular project and not having to worry about a schedule is something quite nice. But yeah, considering that I've spent ages just doing Walking Wednesday and just streaming, I would very much like to actually not have the same issue again of just breaking into those two things. So yeah, that's me for right now. I think that's everything worthy of mention right now. If I missed out on something, I apologize, but I gotta get ready. I must go to the ball, Cinderella. I had to say it at least once. So yeah, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters, as comments already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.